Oh my God, look at that. He's wearing the same damn shirt. Look at, isn't that a sick ass shirt? Come on. Come on, anybody know where that's from? Pissing me off. I go to the gym, all these fucking people in their early 20s don't get this. They don't get, like, oh my God, they only watch shit that comes out on Netflix. I swear to God. They only watch movies that come out, and their generation of movies sucks. Did you know between 1982 and 1989, we got Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, Die Hard, Robocop, Terminator, Aliens, Predator, Conan, Coming to America, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Bloodsport. God, movies they keep remaking. I know I'm forgetting some. E.T., The Thing. Oh, stretch it to 1990. You can throw in Lionheart and Tremors. To all franchises being rebooted and sequels to this day. Yeah, get these blue hairs out of the producer room and bring back in the Chads with a great big bowl of Coke because they knew how to make movies. Now, anyway, so I just got done taping some games, some tips that I have. I'll try to give you more. I got some buddies that are good at it, man. I got some buddies that and they employ different techniques, so I'll chat them up and get their opinions. Maybe they have some extra tips. If I'm not saying you guys are struggling, but hey, more weapons you got in your arsenal, better off you're gonna be. All right, now, so game not to do, and I'm gonna tell you some. Well, I don't want to say not to do. Well, definitely don't white knight. Okay, too many of those. All these guys trying to be, look what a good male feminist I am. Look, I agree with everything you say. Yeah, bottom 50% as far as putting up numbers, guys. It's like they're trying to please chicks that don't even like men in the first place, right? Like, what are you going to get? The best you can hope for is a super jaded girl that got thrown out, used and abused by every Chad that just used her like a, oh, I'm 2 minutes in, I can say it, cum rag, and threw her to the curb. Only pulling out they did was out of her driveway, left her a single mom with numerous baby daddies, and she's mad. And she's going to take it out on you. Don't do that. You're going to be the guy, I can't fix a broken woman. Don't do it. She was broken before she started, bros. She didn't, like, I always say it like this. I agree with the saying they taught us in high school, right? You are the average of your friends. If your five best friends are alcoholics, you're the sixth alcoholic. I I don't count. Anyway, if your five best friends are gym bros, you're the sixth gym bro. If your five best friends are MMA fighters, you're probably an MMA fighter. If your five best friends are billionaire entrepreneurs, you're going to do well in life because you're probably going to be a billionaire entrepreneur. Now, if you're five, same goes for your partners though. You know, chicks. I just can't find a nice guy. Like, okay, your high school sweetheart was the school bully. Your first baby daddy was a crackhead. Your second baby daddy used your face for a punching bag. You rebounded with him with some guy on probation for banging 14-year-olds. And your last boyfriend, is on parole for God knows what else. Yeah. I got news for you, sweetheart. You're not just a little princess who just can't find a break. You're pretty shitty yourself. It's not a broken woman, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay away. If you were my friend, I'd just give you one of those right across the face real quick, snap you out of it. And so anyway, don't do that for sure. But what I was meaning, though, is games that I think are a little shady, right? This swinger thing, I guess they call them polyamor. Poly is what they call it. Yep, that's it. That's not an abbreviation. That is what it's called. Anyway, so they like that is, I guess, effective, but it's so gross and cringy. If you don't give a crap about a chick and you're just like she's banging other dudes, you're banging other chicks, fine. But it's just weird to me. I guess I just don't like it because I see it. Maybe I'm hanging out with maybe I'm the sixth fucking person that needs five new friends because I see this at a bar. Like I hate this big fat fucker. He's like super left leaning, and he's always just about the current thing. And he's always dating these, fat blue-haired chicks with nose rings and the side of their head shaved, and always freaking out. Yeah, jokes or violence, man. One of those type of douchebags. And but I can't believe it because he gets away with a lot. Like him and his lady, they'll go up to some of my friends and they're like, some of our mutual friends, and they're like, hey, we're in a swap, and you want to swap, I take your wife, you take my wife, is that cool? And people will be like, nah, I'm not into that. And and then he goes into the wife's DMs. He's like, hey, I saw your husband wasn't into it, but I thought maybe you were. You want to do this? And they're like, no, and no, why don't you just send me a pic of your titties? A guy asked, he's the first guy to jump in and tell you a guy flirting with a chick without written permission is R word, but he'll just be in other guys' wives' DMs. Come on, just send me some nudes. We don't have to tell your husband. And the husband knows, and I know some of these people. It's crazy. It is just madhouse. I'm like, you're cool with that? He's like, oh yeah, he's a really good guy. He's just a swinger, So what if a guy who wasn't a swinger was in your wife's DMs asking her to bang all the time? Well, that's different, man. That'd be effed up. He's my friend. He's a good guy. So I guess you can get away with a lot. I just personally think it's kind of skeezy. Like I said, it's up to you. It's effective, it seems, from what I've seen, but you get away with a lot. Shit that would normally get you stretched the fuck out, you get away with. You get to still be invited over for dinner. And the second one is the hugger. Now, some of you are going to say I'm being overly sensitive, but just hear me out. I've seen one of these guys at the gym, tall, handsome, muscular, big jack dude. And I mean, he's got everything going for him. I guess in the manosphere, you would call him an alpha giga Chad. He's tall, handsome, yoked. Did I say tan already? Probably. God, I sound like a homo raging over this guy, right? Can I say that? Okay, well, don't tell anybody. And so he's but that was just thing. He used to just go up to every girl in the gym and just be like, oh, it's just my thing. I hug girls with boyfriends and husbands. I'm just just pulling their breast, going nipple to nipple, pulling their breast, just smashing them against his chest. And they're like, mm-hmm. And I've seen some of the looks on guys' faces, and I know what's going to happen. The guy doesn't say anything, but he just looks pissed. Because he knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. If he says to his chick, like, dude, don't hug, if he says, hey, don't hug my girl, the woman will defend the hugger every time. I've seen this. You're going to be like, oh, he's just jealous. We're just friends. It doesn't mean anything. If it doesn't mean anything, how come your boyfriend or your husband doesn't get a hug? Huh? Why is that? If it's not sexual, how come the guy doesn't get a hug? Women will start, and it's such a messed up thing. I swear to God, I sound like I'm paranoid right now, but seriously, it plays on women's worst instincts. Because one, if you say anything, she's going to defend you, or defend the hugger to you. And she's going to start looking at the hugger like, she's going to start DMing the hugger. Yeah, he gets so jealous. He's not as cool as you. And boom, he's in. He started the climb up those stairs, and there ain't many of them. And now, but the second, if the guy doesn't say anything, he looks ballless, and more of those hugs are going to last longer, and she's going to start to think, he doesn't even say anything. He doesn't even defend me. Man, I need a real man like this hugger. Look at him coming up and mashing my boobies up against his chest right in front of my man. He's a real man. He takes what he wants. My guy don't even defend what he's got. It happens, guys. I know, as I've said before, I've boned married chicks, and I'm not proud of that. And that's how it starts, man. Once they start complaining about their husband to you, it's like a blueprint how to get them into bed. I'm sorry to say that. It's shady. I'm not proud of it. In fact, I'm very remorseful of it, actually. But I recognize that's what this guy's playing. And to prove my point, you're all saying, Dusty, you're paranoid. It doesn't mean anything. That's not everybody's a dickhead like you were a few years ago. The second this guy got a girlfriend, and started bringing her to the gym, guess what he stopped doing? Hugging every chick. So when it was chicks with husbands and boyfriends, it meant nothing. It was nothing. Nothing. You're being perfect. But the second he got a chick, it was enough to make him stop doing it. Yeah. So I was right. God, I am just so sick and tired of being right all the fucking time. Ugh. Anyway, guys, so those are some games I don't recommend you do. Yeah, you get some extra tail out of it, but God, you can lose your soul. You can lose your soul, guys. You'll regret it. You know, you're gonna be that guy. You know, I mean, always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Do I want my girl banging? How would I feel if my girl was some guy at the gym was sliding into her, getting into her DMs and starting to talk to her like that, and mashing her boobies up against his all the time? If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to other bros. Seriously, it's a way. I sound stupid. I sound like I'm full of shit, but really, these are all things I regret doing, and yeah, it sucks that I got to live with it now. But hey, it's the least I could do. If any of those guys ever see me on the street, I swear to God, I'm gonna put my hands behind my back and tell them, you got 10 free ones. All right? I owe you that. So don't end up being the guy who deserves 10 free ones from a couple of dudes, all right? Dude, watch the other video. That game's better, and you're not a fucking slime bag for doing it. Slime bag, Jesus, what am I, an 8th grade girl in an 80s movie? Anyway, played by a 22-year-old. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. For more rants from the trailer park, hit subscribe, share with your bros. If you got some game, you got some tips that have worked for you, put them down below. If you think you know a bro who could use a little bit of game, share these videos. If you got a bro who's an asshole, share this one, all right? And let me know what he thinks. And that's it. Peace out for now. Double salute.